This is the unboxing and setup and review of the Trendy Pro fitness tracker. And this is an item I bought on Amazon, and they market it mostly to kids. So I have bought this for my child, and I'm going to just quickly show you how to set it up. But without further ado, I'm just going to unbox it quickly and show you what it looks like. So the unboxing is as follows. There you go. This is the package. It's very light, and there is the insert, which happens to have a little a roster here where you can put your name and all the daily goals and whatever you want, Monday, Tuesday, whatever. So you can see how it's child orientated, especially with the colors they've chosen there. Right, so the tracker itself is over here, and you can see immediately you've got two straps, and this thing over here, well, this is just the protective screen covering, which would have been, I've already had a look at this to make sure it was working. So that's, I just peeled that over there from there. Okay, so just to give you an idea in terms of the size, you can see that it is on the small size, because if I put it on my arm, you can see that it is small, looks like just a little wristband. And if I just give you an idea of the dimensions, you can see there that is almost 15 mils. So yeah, 15 mils, and the strap here 15 mils. So it's not very thick, and in terms of the thickness of the band, we're looking at 9 millimeters, and from side to side, 5, almost 6, let's see, 5.7 millimeter, 5.7 centimeters. So that's the device there. And just to give you an idea in terms of how much it weighs, the device weighs less than 20 grams at 17.12 grams, really light. There's just not even 18 grams. The strap itself, well, that's 10 grams. Now, in order to charge this unit, you have to pull off the strap, which you pull off like this. There we go. And you can see that either side that you pull off can be removed. I mean, the strap can be removed from either side, and there is the charging side. As you can see, it doesn't have data transfer because that is simply positive and negative. So that's all there is here. And then you can just slot the strap back on. It's not very difficult to get this off. You just push it. It's easier to put it on than to get off. To get off, it's a little bit more difficult. But again, if this got caught on something, if you were, if someone brushed past you quite roughly, I don't think it would just pop off. But if the watch got pulled like that, I also don't think it would come off, because you kind of have to pull it off at that angle. And when it's on, you can see that it wouldn't just come off, because if it was being pulled like in this direction, well, it wouldn't just come off. But I'll guess I'll have to wear it, or my child would have to wear it, and we'll have to see about that. In terms of the materials, this is a rubber, and the watch itself is completely plastic. There is plastic here, and in terms of the screen, it is also plastic. Now, in terms of fastening the strap, you can see that it's got these two little nodes here, and these you just press in like that, and you can see how it comes through at the back there. And if you want a different color, there you go, there's a spare strap, and that makes it very nice in terms of options for different people's likes, you know, in terms of their color. Now, it also just has a card here. We're here to help. So this is just the registration card, and here is the user manual. Just having a look at this user manual, you can see that there is a lot of information here in terms of it being in English. Now, normally when you get these fitness trackers, as you can see in my other video, that comes with a fat booklet, and it has a lot of language support. Here we are only having English, so it might seem like it's a short booklet here, but keep in mind that this is just one language. Right, to get this working, you need to pair it to a smartphone, and it pairs via the profile of Bluetooth, not Wi-Fi. So your phone has to have Bluetooth enabled, and I will now demonstrate how to set up the little activity tracker or fitness tracker using the phone. Right, you'll need to go to your Play Store if you're on the Android, or your App Store if you're using Apple, and here you'll look for a Very Fit. And you will see that you've got VeryFit Pro. There it is in VeryFit 2.0. You can use the VeryFit Pro. I've already installed it, so I'll just open the app. There we go. Now, the watch has already been synced. So it means that you need to make sure that your Bluetooth is on. See there, the Bluetooth is on, and then I switch it off, but there I switch it back on, just showing you that you need to have the Bluetooth on. And then what happens is you will find the device. You'll see that it'll come up here and it'll ask you to pair. So you'll pair your device. You see, if I unbind it, I'll just show you. So this is how it would be if you were doing this fresh. So you must make sure that your little fitness tracker is charged, and there you can see it's coming up ID 115, and it's I've got the option to refresh or confirm bind device, and I'm confirming it. So now the watch is now bound to my device, and now I can see that I've got my daily target, 10,000 steps, and you'll see that there's all the details, and you can also set up the user. Now, what you'll notice is that you'll have to set this up on the phone, because the watch itself does not give you the option to install all these fields. So if I wanted to set this up for a child, for example, I will put their username, and then I would then put their height, the steps that I plan for this person. So maybe I say 6,000, the sleep target, and you can set these all up. And you might just want to also put the units, whether you're using metric, imperial. So these are just the other features which you'll need to go through. So what you'll need to do in summary is plug in your fitness tracker to charge it. Thereafter, you will then have to bind it or pair it with your VeryFit Pro. So that means you needed to get the VeryFit Pro from your App Store, and then you'll have to set up all the details, because all the calculations in terms of calories and things like that are based on the height, weight, and so forth. So it'll also need that information. Then once it's paired, you'll be able to get all the activities. It will synchronize whenever it comes near the phone. So when you launch the app, the watch will synchronize with the phone. Now I've just been walking around, and I'm just showing you how when I synchronize the app to the watch, it will now show you the steps that I've taken. Right, and as you can see, I'm walking around and the steps are incrementing. There you can see them. So it is synchronizing with the watch, and then it will also give you the summary if your phone was no longer in proximity, and then you switched it on later in the day, or maybe you went for a run without your phone, then the phone would just synchronize with the watch once you pair them together. All right. Right, here is the watch. I'm going to show you the menus. There we go. This is the home screen. You see it's got the Sunday 4th, and then you can see it doesn't stay on for very long, and there's the battery. And there's got a little running man there. And the reason why it's got the running man is because I'm currently having a timer happen. If I touch it here, it does nothing. It needs to be either bumped or press on this button here. So if I bump it, it then does come on because it has a sensor in it. But if I want to go through, scroll through the menu, I have to press this where there's a little, let me see if I can show it to you. There you go. You can see there's a little circle here telling you that you must touch here. Now there's the timer. There's the steps, how many steps have been counted. There's the distance, and then there's the calories. And now if I want to stop the training, I have to press and hold here, and there it's counting me down, and then it's stopped. So if you want to start the training, look, I'll show you once again. There you go to the home screen. Then you want to start the training, you press and hold, counts you down, and then there it goes. The timer's on. Now, if you want to stop it, you have to go through to the stop feature. There it is. and then I press and hold, and there it will come to an end. So that's the device. Going back to the steps, there's the distance and there's the home screen. Works pretty well. I don't have a problem. The battery life's pretty good. To charge it is pretty simple. You're just going to open this and put it straight into your USB charger, and if you've got one that goes into the wall, that's great. For example, as follows. Here I have one that goes straight into the wall, and as you see when I plug it in there, you see the charge light, or you could put it in the traditional charger like so. Right, so here I have my son wearing the watch, and there it is, it's on. But what you'll notice is, even though this is aimed at a child, for example, they advertise the unit for children, you'll find that if a child has a narrow wrist, and this is an 8-year-old boy, and as you can see, it is on the absolute smallest position, and even though it's on the smallest position, you can see that it's still too big. Now, this would need to be a little bit smaller for it to be useful, but in terms of this thickness and that's all fine. It doesn't have a large face, and if I compare it to other common children's watches, this is the Kiddies DX2. You can see that there's quite a big difference. I mean, the DX2 being very big. And here are some other very popular kiddies watches. As you can see, you can adjust this to be much smaller. See, there is the Timex. Okay, this one is broken, but you can see how a kiddie's wrist is often small, while if you look at this fitness tracker on the smallest position, you can see that it's quite a lot bigger, and that for me is a problem. So would this work for a child? Well, it really depends on the wrist size. As you can see, his wrist measuring across here 4.8 by only 3.3. So that's telling me that this is not going to be suitable for everyone. If I do ask him to put it on, can you put this on yourself? And as you can see, it's not, even though for an adult it's easy, it's not that easy for a child. Although I'm not saying it's impossible. If you wore it every day, you'd get used to it. But because it has to be on the smallest position, it makes it even more difficult to put it on, although he has got it on now. As you can see, it is loose. Although it doesn't look bad, it's quite a small unit. So that brings me to the end of this product review, and I would say that I partly recommend it in terms of a reasonably priced fitness tracker, but the fact that it's aimed at children and it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit my son, that's obviously a problem, considering there are 3 other children's watches and they all fit a child, and he was wearing these since he was 6 years old. The other thing is, in terms of the fitness tracker, I suppose this is probably a little bit more, you're getting a little bit less for the money. There are fitness trackers which give you more features for the price. So overall, I probably wouldn't buy this one again. Thanks for watching. Cheers.